Hello everyone, this is Daniel, and well, I just had an interesting revelation. So the mark of the beast is, not an RFID chip, although it's going to be kind of like it, kind of not really. I don't know. I just don't know. Not going to be high tech. Not going to be Bitcoin. It's not going to be any of that. But also, I have something else to say. Don't know how to explain it, but the end of the world is not going to be exactly what you think it's going to be. It's not going to end the way you think it is. Basically, whatever happens, happens. I mean, I had a dream about, I think the second last game that I dreamt about, and that's just by basing itself on technology. I don't remember it clearly, but what I do remember of it was really high tech and cool. And then the next one, which is the most modern one right now, was really PS1 graphics. I'm serious. It was like low tech. The graphics were low tech, and it was not even 3D. It was 2D based on of 3D. Don't know how they're gonna do that, but basically, either we're going back in the 1990s tech or 50s tech, and we still have the tech of today, so it's gonna be irrelevant because we're gonna be blown back to the old days. But instead of the old days, it's in the future, of course. I don't know, like, God was so vague about that, but I do know, based off of one thing, I was like, what I actually said in this game, a little afterwards, I don't know. I said, wait a second, that kind of game looked old. Are you sure that thing is like 2004, of course, but I said, are you sure this is are you sure this is correct? I also said, oh, that kind of feels like PS2, and I was like, oh, okay. But I also had PS1 feeling, so like I said, it's not exactly correct form of saying it, but also it felt like it was from 2004. That's what technology felt like. To the late 1990s. That's what computer tech was like. So that means computer technology is going to be simple, and we might not even have video. We might not even be able to do videos on computer, I guess, not anymore, unless we have something like YouTube or whatever we have. I mean, Simpsons might have had futuristic things like really futuristic stuff and teleportations and all that, but they also did something like where we're stuck in a world where there's no technology and everything's like, why would people say that, oh, there was a nuclear holocaust and back in the that we have technology, robot technology back in the 60s, and everything's like, I'm getting there. Hold on. Oh, man. I almost had it. Starts with an M. Almost had it. I keep almost having it. Starts with an M. Like, oh, mutated, yes, mutated. Good, thank you. Like, everything will be mutated, and computer technology will not be as good as it used to be. I mean, we'll maybe have robot suits, but I don't know. Also, we might just have computers and nuclear holocaust. It's not going to be good. I mean, after the first nuclear blast, I mean, we're still having tensions right now. I mean, we had nuclear tensions number 1, nuclear tensions number 2, which is right now, and the third one, possibly, maybe 2020s, 2030s. God's time is not our time. And of course, we do have something like nuclear tension number 3 in World War III. That will be the real set-off of everything happening. That will be the third and the last. So if you think nuclear tension number 3 was going to be the next one, not going to be the last. I mean, we had nuclear tensions with Cuba, Russia. That's pretty much it. Now we have it with Cuba and Russia again. Yes, Cuba is our ally. Yet, I do believe that nuclear tension number 3 is going to be from Iran and possibly Cuba. But also, we're going to have a whole world of war. Like, the whole world will be involved with its own war. Like, the whole world will be involved with its own war. So, World War III will be everywhere. And no one can escape it. I mean, just before that, the Christians will be able to avoid it. But, well, most of you on my YouTube channel will not be able to avoid it, depending on how I basically help you. It should be this way. If a person if someone is truly Christian and is a true Christian, their whole family should be true Christian. Excuse me. But it's not always that way because, unfortunately, those who mock, those who destroy lives, those who blasphemy against the Holy Spirit. I mean, some people in church, not everyone in church is going to be saved because those people, and of course not in the full family, not everyone in their family will be saved because of the fact that the devil, has overtime with everyone. So that means that not everyone's going to make it through the rapture. So, what does this mean? Alright. Do you see how thin this computer is? Really, do you see how thin it is? I'm sorry, folks, but we're going back to bulky monitor computers. And those computers are going to be on the walls. We're going back to computers the size of the rooms to actually calculate what's going on in the world, and news rooms being basically underneath the ground and hidden. And basically, instead of news being above ground and basically they're underground, instead of them having like laptops and regular computer heads, and then whenever for the main buttons, we're gonna have the whole newsroom be computerized, and the whole newsroom will be either full of computer or everything else with computer, and everyone at their desks will have basically a monitor that connects to another person with a monitor. And the cameras will be, I don't know, discs, yeah. So, the monitors will be they'll be literally made up of discs. That's the cameras. I meant to say the cameras. The cameras are going to be made up of discs, and that's what I meant to say. And saved data is going to be on discs. I mean, the size of my laptop. I mean, computers are going to be the size of the printer, which is sad. And anything that falls apart or burns, it's going to be no more because of war. So we're going back to the old tech because of things being fragile and being broken. And because of distrust, we're going to burn much more oil than we used to. And the earth is going to be violent and all that. And that's just technology. What's really going to happen is there's going to be full destruction. People's lives are going to be just destroyed. Demons going out everywhere and attacking people. Mutated things, mutated beings are going to be everywhere. They're going to be slaughtering the whole bunch of people and injuring people. People are going to be playing their machine guns against these hordes and thinking, oh, it's going to be like a video game and a movie. Yeah, it's not going to be like a movie or a video game. They're going to be just screaming at you and saying, this is nothing. Thanks for forgiving the pain anyway, because that proved me nothing, and that proved you nothing, and they're going to kill you if you did something wrong. That's one part of it. Then there's going to be the locusts, and I don't know what size they're going to be. I should read it more. Then they're going to be the locusts that are going to be literally poisoning people and giving them real severe injuries, like limbs falling off possibly. And, I think it's this end of the world thing is something that we should possibly, fear. Because what if God leaves you behind? There's only going to be 36 lines of people gathered in heaven out of the thousands of people that are in heaven, out of the many, many thousands of people that are gathered in heaven. I mean, thousands and thousands of lines gathered in heaven. Only 36 of those are going to be raptured and successful. Everyone else, well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's all that we're going to have. That's a scary thing, isn't it? 36 lines out of the many thousands of lines making it to heaven. That's just up to, I don't know, a few billion, maybe a little more. No, a few million, that's a little more. I don't know. So, yeah. The end of the world isn't what you're going to think it is going to be. Of course, we all know what it's going to be like. But once you're there, you'll be like, oh, ack, snap, oh snap. And then you're going to be screaming like little girls. Tough men are going to be screaming like little tiny girls. Because they're seeing things like mutated monsters. That's what they're seeing. And then the ones that are left in the final part, these people are going to be really hiding, and then once they're dead, it's like, I don't know, those people which are left behind and permanently left behind and still behind for until the very end, those people are going to be aggressive, and those people are going to be shocked to see that God is much more powerful than they are, even with their military might. He has the power to actually wipe everyone out. Even demons out. With his clever tricks. Not off his sleeve, but with his clever moves, I meant to say. With God's clever moves. With Jesus' clever moves. He can take out a whole entire army of billions and billions and trillions of demons. That's just like that. Just like that. So, think about it. Do you really want to be left behind? Like I said, the end is not going to be the way I think it is. Anyway, I think I'll be done right now. Alright? Alright. Bye.